Hi, this is Unit 3, Team 6 video conference. I am Teresa Moore.
And I'm Cindy Rivas. And for today is the standards for teachers and students. I'm going to be talking about those standards and relating it to my Horizon report. And the coaches and administrators, Teresa is going to be connecting them to her report.
All right, so my Horizon report was over 2017 K-12 edition. Solvable challenges, and we're going to focus on authentic learning opportunity. That is all about providing students with real-world problem-solving applications. So that is one thing that teachers should be focusing on, connecting education to real world. Difficult challenge, I will be focusing on rethinking the roles of teachers. As teachers, we are considered guiders, facilitators, and mentors right now. We need to start motivating our students to become critical thinkers. And the Wicked Challenge, sustaining innovation through leadership changes. That means that once a school has funding for certain technology and an administrator leave, there should be some kind of action plan in place to keep the same process going. Also, key trends. The short terms is next 1 to 2 years, and I'm going to focus on the rise of STEM learning. As we all know, in the education world, STEM learning is becoming critical in our classrooms, and it's for educators to engage students to become critical thinkers. We have to be the facilitators to help the kids meet those goals. The midterm trends, 3 to 5 years, and focusing on growing focus on measuring learning. Once Cindy and I discussed our midterms and our long terms, we really realized that we have both of the same. So we're going to be talking about growing focus on measuring learning. The thing that I want to touch on is that it focused on assessments, and educators must rethink the way that we assess students these days. We know that students learn differently, so we should have different type of assessments for each student. Cindy, what do you think about that?
In my Horizon report finding, which I still find it fascinating how reports are always alike, is that for educators actually use something to evaluate and they document their progress. So in my school, we use my math lab, we use Blackboard, which I kind of connected this midterm training to our course because we are taking an online class and we do access our grades or anything that we can through our phone if we can.
Okay, and it's the same thing with us. We don't have Blackboard, but we do have a student portal for our school district where parents can log in and follow their student growth as well. The last one that we will be focusing on is the deeper learning approaches. To me, I really enjoyed that because it says that teachers should engage students in critical thinking, problem solving, collaboration, and self directed learning. So, this is like holding the students accountable for their own learning process. We're there to monitor, to facilitate. Unlike back when I was in school, my teacher said, open your social studies book to page 12, read page 12, answer the questions at the end. So we are really getting away from that style of teaching. Cindy?
That's how I used to. That's how it was back then, wasn't now that everything has changed nowadays.
Yes.
To connect the deeper learning approaches with my report, um, this one said that students pretty much they think critically, they problem solve, they collaborate, and it's self-directed learning. So it's a way for them to do their coursework related to the real world. So that's really neat. You know, you want to have a deeper learning. And the way I connected this with the ISTE standard was the student one, number 6, the creative communicator. So that's how I related it.
Okay, and you know what I really love that it says 5 plus years. So it's not something that they know that's going to change instantly. It's a progress to get to that level for deeper learning approaches.
So in my report for the higher education edition was the key trends that I need to discuss. And since I already discussed the midterm and the long term, I'm going to discuss the short term. And for this one, I'm going to talk about the blended learning designs. And the main thing that I noticed in my report that it talked about flipped classroom. And I've actually taught a flipped classroom at San Jack, which it was pretty much the students were on my math lab the whole time that they watched videos. That's how they did their homework, their quizzes. I did not teach at all. I pretty much felt like a tutor. And I am so used to being in front of the classroom and teaching that I'm like, are they really learning? Are they not? But it seemed to work. But they've done away with it. Made me sad. But blended learning is kind of neat. I've had a coworker that actually does this. All his videos are online, and then his students come in, and he actually does this sometimes at San Jack. Teresa, have you ever used blended learning in your classroom?
I have, but I was not aware that it was called blending learning.
Oh,
For my first class, which is my GT class, they had to do a project. And what I did was that I model how it should be done. And
mhm.
for the last 6 weeks, they pretty much taught each other. So each student had to sign up for whatever part of the presentation they wanted to do. And they taught the class, and then the class did it. So it was really unique, but I'd never heard of the blending learning design. So now I know, yes, I have incorporated that before. Well, that's the end of our presentation. Thank you for watching, and we are looking forward to reading your feedback.
Thanks.
Thanks.